How's everybody doing? Well, I am doing something I've wanted to do for a long, long time on this channel. It's finally time to step into a save of Football Manager 23. With all the excitement surrounding Wrexham and their recent promotion from the National League into League Two of the Football League, I thought I would try to recreate their success with my own team. I've got my Wrexham jersey on here. We're actually doing a create a team. Created my head coach. I am actually using Wrexham as my template for this, and so it's their basic uniforms, their budget, their backroom staff, and everything. I'm just going to be creating a new team with a new history. We're going to call them VTH FC. Their nickname will be the Historians. We are going to play at the race course in Wrexham. That will be our home, so we are replacing Wrexham FC or AFC, but we are not taking their history with us, and we're not going to use too many of their players. So it should be fun. Listen, I am by no means an expert at this game. I've played it a lot. I've played the last probably 7 football managers that have come out. I've got thousands of hours in the game, but I'm hardly an expert. I'm just a huge, huge football fan who loves the game and loves seeing what I can do, and our goal is going to be to get this team from the National League all the way to the Premier League and maybe even see some success in European football. Who knows what will happen, but we've got everything ready to go. Let's go ahead and start choosing our dream squad. We are going to keep some of Wrexham's players, but only a few. And then I'm going to try to build the roster from there. So let's go ahead and clear this out a little bit. A little disappointed. I was hoping to have Ben Foster as our goalkeeper, but he's not available, obviously, because he was retired when this game started. So we are going to keep Paul Mullen and Jordan Davis. Those are the only two I'm going to keep on the roster. Everybody else we are going to have to find and add to this roster ourselves. So we've got a nice big budget to work with, but I want to put this team together based on the style of play that I want to play. So we're going to suggest the badge based on the level that I'm at, and same with experience for my coach. I actually want to be a coach that's a good tactician, I think. It's going to be good with tactical. Actually, you know what? Maybe we're better off as a youth development type guy, just because we're going to be, down on lower levels. Maybe we can get some loans from some young players from some of the bigger clubs. That might be a way that we can kind of move ahead. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to balance this out a little more. Maybe we'll just go with something more default. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. All right, we're going to create our new club. We're going to go ahead and start playing. We've got our whole preseason to try and put together a roster. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So let's take a look first at what Ryan Reynolds, our chairperson, is expecting out of us. Here's our supporter profile. We've got 40,000 followers on social media. It's way less than Wrexham has in real life at this point, but that's okay. 6,800 season ticket holders. Pretty decent for a stadium that I think right now holds about 10,000 seated. They absolutely are expecting us to gain promotion to the Sky Bet League 2, which is super hard from the National League because there's only one automatic promotion spot and then a second one from the playoffs. So we've got to dominate this league to make sure that we get promoted. And with the budget that we've got available to us, as long as we get decent players, that should not be a problem. Sign high reputation players, grow the club's reputation, work within the payroll budget, be competitive in the FA Cup, win promotion. Yeah, obviously this is all about promotion for us. And then next year they're going to expect us to get a top half finish in League One. So that's where we begin. Let's go ahead and start with our tactics. I'm planning on doing a route one, which is basically lob it downfield and try to get ahead. So I need speed. I need guys who can score. I've obviously got Paul Mullen, who's going to be one of the top strikers in this league to start out. But we're obviously going to need much, much more than that. So we have a kind of a sense of the positions we're going to need to fill for our Route 1 tactic. So let's go ahead and start searching for those players. So we have $5 million in our transfer budget, which is phenomenal for a National League team. And we could obviously transfer some of that to payroll if we needed to. I don't think we're going to need more than that as a payroll, though. I feel like that's got to be enough already, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at scouting for a second here. We're going to allow the coaching staff to assign scouts and let them handling scouting meetings. I don't want to deal with that too much. I do want to look at the players that they scout for us and choose who we want to go after to sign. But right now, it looks like I think we could probably up our scouting game a little bit to include all of Europe. Just with the money that we've got, there's no reason we can't do that. We can take some of that transfer budget money and transfer it over to the scouting department and have more than enough for what we want to accomplish. So I want to focus first on our defense, build from the back, so to speak. We do need to get a goalkeeper, though, so that's going to be a priority as well. Central defender, a wide center back, and a no-nonsense center back are a couple of the positions that we need to deal with. So I just want to look and see real quick at our scouting center who is already scouted, and specifically what I want to see are expired contracts, guys I wouldn't have to spend any money as far as a transfer goes. And then let's go look at goalkeeper. We haven't scouted any goalkeepers. All right, well, that's a problem. And it looks like maybe defenders is the same situation. Okay, so I guess they had been focusing pretty heavily on midfielders and strikers. No defenders. So let's go ahead to our recruitment focus. Let's create a recruitment, let's say any position from our tactic. Minimum current ability compared to our existing players, at least 2.5 stars. Minimum potential, at least, let's say, 3.5 stars. We want young guys. I'm going to say nobody older than 25. Beyond that, I think we're pretty good. We'll just look for transfer and loan players. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that'll start our focus. Not a huge fan of the press conferences, but I think I'm going to try to get along well with the press. And obviously, I'm not going to show you every one of these things that we do. But since we're just starting out, we're going to talk to Paul Anthony from the non-league paper. How excited are you to be VTH's new head coach? I don't think I can hide my excitement. They're a huge club, and I couldn't be happier to be here. Smile warmly will do. Did you ever doubt this was the right job for you? No, because I created the position in the first place. I genuinely felt it was the perfect job. Yeah, I'm ambitious. Boy, this guy's asking me a lot of questions. Squad looks no, it doesn't look fantastic. I have a good idea about the quality of player at my disposal, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much I can help them to improve, too. All right. Everyone's excited and ready to work. All right, I think the press conference was just fine. So we're going to get to our scouting. We've got a few friendlies that are going to happen in the meantime. We have no players really so far, so we're going to auto-select. Really just going to use a bunch of made-up people for these friendlies while we work on putting a team together. So looking at our staff here, our coaching staff, we've got a pretty good coaching staff already. We're pretty well above average, but we don't have the best coaching staff, so there's certainly some room to improve there. We could hire some more scouts. We could hire a chief scout for sure, so we're going to have to work on our scouting staff some, and that's going to be huge for us because we've got to fill out this whole roster. So this is kind of interesting. One of the players being recommended to us as a free agent is Jacob Mendy, who actually has been playing for Wrexham in real life. Is actually, guys, fast, man. If you've seen any of Wrexham's games, the guy can fly on the field. I'm surprised his pace is showing as low as it is on here, but I guess maybe for National League level, it's not bad. So let's approach to sign him. Yeah, everything's being introduced to me as though it's the first time here because we just started first time I've played the game on my desktop. I don't think he's going to be a star player, though, by all time all is said and done. We're going to offer to him a regular starter contract. He wants to be rated as a star player. How about important player? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to give you star player status, dude. Sorry. Just not going to happen. So Paul Mullen scored 7 goals in the friendly. Who were we playing in that friendly? Lex 11. That's a Welsh team in the Northeast Wales Premier League. That's why. So we know Paul Mullen had a pretty good game there, even though we were playing with basically 2 actual squad players and then a bunch of nobodies. Him and Jordan Davies took care of business. Let's head over to scouting, and I'm in the process of scouting a couple of these guys. These guys here, Mendy and Paul Asu, can both play a lot of positions, which I like that idea of the flexibility that gives me. We haven't scouted him a lot, but he's being recommended to me. I might try to go ahead and approach to sign him. And honestly, we'll just give him what he wants. Let him be star player. We can always change that later on. He's wanting a pretty high salary here, so we're going to try to bring that down a little bit. 3 years, though, that's good, because if he's a solid player and he can help us even into like League 2 and maybe even League 1, would be really helpful. So 35% promotion, salary raise, that's fine with me. Release clause there. Let's go ahead and suggest those terms. He's wanting a little bit more than that. We're going to try to bring him back down some. He'll take $273. Okay, awesome. Let's finalize that. That should be our first signing once he accepts it. All right, I'm looking at Andrew Nelson, who is a striker. His pace is 13, which is decent. I need fast strikers for the Route 1 to work. They've got to be able to, when that ball gets lobbed up ahead, they've got to be able to outrun the defense and get to it. So he has a history in League 2 where he made his senior debut. Why did I say debut? Overall 8 clubs, 18 goals, and 62 appearances. So not crazy good, but let's look at some of the other options here. We've got Rakesh Bingham, who's currently with a squad. His pace is also 13. He's got a better track record as far as goals go. 20 goals in 47 appearances at Ebbsfleet. He has played in the Scottish championship there. So he's currently with a Vanarama South team. So Ebbsfleet, that's kind of a step down. So maybe not the best, but these stats all look pretty decent here. Crossing and dribbling, not great, but I don't need him to cross or pass. I need him to get there first. I kind of like this guy. We might make him an offer. It's only 2.3K for a transfer. So let's go ahead and make that offer and see what happens. We're actually going to make offers to both of these guys, I think. We'll go ahead and make one for Andrew Nelson as well. He's actually a free agent, so let's drop this down, see what we can get out of him. All right, we'll go 296. Now let's wait on both those guys, see what happens. So Liam Laughlin is showing up in our recommendations after extensive scouting. That he seems to fit pretty well, but I don't know. He's got a lot of availability as far as the places he can play. Callum Watts might be good as a deep-lying playmaker for us. I do like some of the stats. His positioning's not great. Anticipation and balance aren't great. He's good with decisions, good first touch, good passing. If we're trying to get passes upfield, this might be a guy that could help with that. I think we're going to go ahead and... Oh, he's away on a trial day or about to be drafted in MLS. What? Why is he even recommended to us then? What the heck? That's unfortunate. Marcus Wood looks like he might be a good option as well, so let's try to approach to sign him. He's going to show up as a fringe player, which is fine with me because we're going to need those guys too. And if we can get him on like a $40,000 a year salary with no signing fee for a 1-year contract, it's a very favorable contract for the team. I'll take that. Okay, we've got a negotiated deal with Rakesh Bingham. They want $44,000 for him. They want a $23,000 fee, and I do have it in dollars, even though we really should be spending in pounds. And then another $21,000 later, so a total of $44,000 in the transfer. Let's look at him one more time. I like his numbers. I feel like I'll accept those demands. I think he would be a solid player for us. All right, we're going to add Marcus Wood. He's going to be our first new signing. I'm just curious to see kind of where he's going to fit in to the scheme of things he's not going to show up yet. I think we need a little bit of time here, so let's go ahead to our tactics now. And for now, at least, he's going to fit into that DM slot. He may not end up there by the time all is said and done. All right, we're going to get the signing with Bingham, so we've added our second striker. Obviously, we are going to need depth. Even after we fill out this entire squad, we are absolutely going to need depth on this squad too. So it's not just as simple as picking out a starting lineup that's going to dominate. We're going to need a whole lot more. And I really wanted to sign defenders first, but it seems like in terms of our scouting, we're having trouble coming up with good defenders that fit the mold of what we're after here. Let's see if anybody is showing up yet. So this guy here, Leon Legg, is 37, so he doesn't really fit with the young player focus that we're after. But he does potentially have some good qualities here. I want to go ahead and actually scout him, though, before we just go start signing people like this. Let's get a report on him. Let's fully scout him before we do anything else. This guy here, same deal. I think we want to go ahead and get some scouting done on him. So we did pick up a Paul Asu, who was another signing for us. We've also added some signings as far as depth. Andrew Nelson is another striker, which Rakesh Bingham's probably going to end up our bench striker then, but we'll see. I kind of like the idea of having a rotation of 3 strikers that we're going to have available to us. Injuries are going to happen. People are going to get tired. It's going to be a long season. We've also added to our coaching staff. So we definitely are improving our coaching staff now and putting ourselves among the best as far as coaches that we have available. I've got a chief scout now. I can add 2 more scouts to our current staff. So we've signed our goalkeeper, Emmanuel Idem. He will be our starter. I'm just looking to see how the board feels about our signings so far. They're asking us to sign high reputation players. We have not yet done that. They're devastated right now by our lack of doing so. But they're delighted with the financial aspect of our Idem, Andrew Nelson, and Paul Asu signing. So I'm happy about that. Same thing with the supporters. They seem pretty happy with the signings that we've made thus far. And just going with our best 11 right now, here's what we're looking at. Pretty solid because if you figure Paul Mullen being our best player is rated at 5 stars, and most of these other players we've signed so far are considered pretty close to his level, pretty happy with that. So we've got to fill out the starting lineup, though, and start to get some depth to the squad before the season starts. So the prediction is that Paul Mullen will not be the top scorer in the National League. It's going to be Notts County, and that's probably going to be the team we're going to have to contend with, just as in real life, Wrexham had to contend with Notts County right down to the very end. They're saying 15-8 odds that he is the leading scorer, Paul Mullen being second. We do have another signing, under-18 head coach. Let's show with 2 weeks until our first. I've actually switched to a 3-4-3. We're going to throw all 3 of those strikers up there and just see how that goes. We've still got some positions to fill. Not real pleased with things as they are, and we may need to fool with some different tactics. The early part of this season may be for some growing pains where we figure out what works and what doesn't. I've actually never tried a Route 1 tactic before in Football Manager, so I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out. Well, so much for one of my new signings, Adam Henley, who's a 28-year-old fullback. He was set to be a depth player, a squad player. He wasn't going to be a starter, but he's out for 3 to 4 months, injured after turning sharply a torn hamstring. So right off the bat, we've lost him. Here's what our starting lineup currently looks like. Actually, I want to look at my main tactic here. Now that we've actually gotten some of these players into training, we're seeing that some of them maybe aren't quite as good as what we thought, but that's okay. We don't expect them all to be Paul Mullen. So we're going to have to just play around with this a little bit and see what happens. Kevin Gonzalez is a young kid. He's 19-year-old Colombian who's got a lot of potential, but maybe not necessarily a great starter. Not real crazy about Miles Kenlock in that role. He's really more of a left wing-back sort of player. So unfortunately, we may have to try to see if there's another tactic we can use that would make better use of him than where he is. So, for example, if we went to something like this, he's still going to end up in a wide center back role, which is not really ideal for him. Okay, we've made a couple of last-minute signings just on the eve of our first match, which is tomorrow against Eastleigh. We picked up Jordan Tunnicliffe, which is going to be a huge bonus for us on defense. He's a solid player in his prime years, 28 years old. He's going to anchor that defense for us. He was actually already with Wrexham before all of this, so we were able to pick him back up. Who else did we get? We also added Josh DeBayo. And he's going to be a solid player on the back end for us as well. So I feel good about the squad going in. Obviously, financially speaking, our payroll is currently at $4.2 million. We've got another $1 million available to us, plus $4.3 million available in the transfer budget that we could transfer, or that we could switch over to payroll if needed. So we've got plenty of money to play with. And I want to leave that money available to us because we're going to have injuries. We're going to figure out as the game goes along where we might have weaknesses and need to pick up some other players. But it's time to dive into our first match and see what happens. Okay, here we go. We're going to pump our fists and say this is a match we should be winning. Be sure we do. Here we go. Welcome to the race course. We're going to be playing at home for our first game. Let's go ahead and kick off. We're going to have to go in and do the settings just because it's our first match and we haven't actually done much of this yet. I'm just going to do key highlights. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid there. We'll speed things up a little bit. And let's see what the team can pull off here. Do we have sound? Oh, I want to pause for a second because we need some sound here. Sound's on. No music though. Oh boy. Nice job, Item. It's going to be interesting. We have really no idea what to expect from this team. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. But of course, it's Route 1, so we're going to be doing a lot of this, just kind of knocking it down there and see what happens. Come on, Jordan Davies. Mullen! Oh, right to the keeper. Not the way we want to start that, but I do like seeing the pressure. I do like us getting it down there. Oh, this is going to be a dangerous free kick. This is the perfect kind of setting to score from. Come on, Item. You got this, buddy. Nice. Here we go, Route 1. Oh, Mullen was heading down, but we're not going to see what happens with that attack. We're 10 minutes in. Ah! That's not what we want to see from Route 1. There we go. Win the ball. Win the ball. There you go, Mullen. Comes our wing back. Little drop. Now to Francis. Ah. We've got to make better passes, guys. Better passes. There we go. We got to win these. There's Route 1. That's what we want to see. Come on, Mullen. Oh, that was terrible. I liked the little curve he had on it, but it was just a bad shot. We're definitely getting a lot of pressure up front, though. I like that. I like that we're going to have a lot of bad passes. We're going to have probably a low percentage in terms of possession. Ooh, that's not what we want to see. That's what Route 1 looks like when you do it right. That was darn close. Gonna have a corner for Eastleigh here. Listen, we're not going to win all our early games. I get that. We're going to have some growing pains. They got an injured player out there. So a lot happening. We're seeing a lot of action, even with key highlights on. So I'm just curious. I want to look at the stats so far. Expected goals, pretty similar. Both of us have about a half. He's got 5 fouls already. Passes completed, pretty similar. We've actually had a majority of the possession so far. All right, let's see what we can do. So far, so good. I'm feeling good about this. We are expected to win this game, though. So we've definitely got to try and find a way to pull out a win because we're going to be coming up against much tougher opponents than this. I'm surprised Carter's still out there playing with an injury. Oh, please only be a yellow. Yellow, 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 please. That's a red card. No, Mullen. What? Oh, my gosh. Mullen sent off right off the bat. There goes our best player. We are now down man. We're going to have to play very defensive. And Mullen's probably looking at a suspension, too. This could not be a worse start to the season. Oh, Mullen, what were you thinking, dude? Unreal. Now, all the momentum's going to go to them, and we've just got to try and hang on for dear life. Wow. We've been unlucky. No, we had our best player do something stupid. Ugh. That's frustrating. It's not really kind of who Mullen normally is either. But we're hanging in there. I mean, really, considering. Possession's still pretty even. We're unlikely to get a goal here, but it'd be nice if we were able to pull one out. It's going to be really hard. We got a corner out of it. See if we can make something happen here. Boreham Woods up 2-0. Barnett as well. Come on, Jordan Davies. Way too long on the corner. That's right, we got possession. What can we make out of it? Nobody home. Darn it. Oh, that's going to be dangerous. He's got a guy up the center. Oh, good defense. Come on. Push, push, push. There you go. There you go. Yeah! Rakesh Bingham. A 10-man VTH FC squad playing very defensively. Manages to take the lead. That was beautiful. Asu with the beautiful pass, and then Bingham does the rest. He beats his man, and then a nice score past the outstretched leg of the keeper for the first goal of our new season. A very unexpected 3 points possible now. Could we get a second? Wouldn't that be something? Come on, Davies. Too high. That's all right, we got a corner out of it. Oh, it was a goal kick. I thought the keeper got his hand on it. All right. You know what? Let's pause for a second and take a look at... we got a few guys that are getting tired here. We don't have a lot of depth, obviously, on the squad. But let's at least get a little bit of time for one of these guys in there. 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Oh, this would be huge. If we could pull 3 points out of this game. All right, this is going to be dangerous here. Don't give up a late goal, boys. Come on. There you go. There you go. Just kick it down there. Don't. Oh, no, 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 no. Get in front of him. No. Oh, it's a penalty. And there's no VAR in the National League. All right, Item, what do you got, buddy? What do you got? Oh, he went right down the middle. That was brutal. All right, all right. I don't need to see it again. Down in front of the away fans. Darn it. All right, all right. No, don't give him another goal. No, 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 no. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Davies. No, don't drop it. Kick it down the center. We got to keep the pressure up. There you go. There you go. Nelson. Ah. Offside. Oh, we had the goal too. Man, it's been an exciting first game, though. I'll say that. No! Get it out of there. It's a throw. About 40 seconds left. Don't give up a goal now, boys. Nothing now. Oh, this would be devastating. It's bad enough we gave up the penalty. Dude, Panther, any day now, buddy. 10 seconds left. Get in front of him. No, 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 no. Oh, boy. I was afraid that was going to be another foul. That's time. All right. Well, we survive a 32nd minute red card and managed to pull a draw out of that one. But I really feel like Mullen's probably going to be suspended I would fully expect that to be the case here. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happens with this. Post-match press conference, I'm going to send the assistant. Mullen's going to be suspended for one match. We are going to appeal it. I'm not going to fine him. He's our best player. I know it should be the same for everyone, but... All right, the FA Disciplinary Committee have considered your appeal against Paul Mullen's suspension. You did not have valid grounds for appeal, and they've upheld the suspension. We have also signed Tyrese Dice, a 21-year-old winger. Not a solid player right off the bat. Did have a little bit of a career with West Brom. But he's one of those guys that maybe we can develop a little bit and just gives us some extra depth. Looks like Yeovil's going to be our next match, and they're coming off of a loss. So maybe that'll be an opportunity. We'll probably play this next game, and then I think that'll be a good point to wrap up our first episode. Oh boy, this just keeps getting worse. After reviewing Paul Mullen's conduct of international match, a disciplinary committee have decided to hit the player with an additional 2-match suspension. So he's going to miss Yeovil. He's going to miss Chesterfield. We're going to appeal against that too. We'll see what happens. We've been signing some under 21 players. I've got my coaching staff doing that. I have made an offer for Sam Dalby, who's another actual Wrexham player, just to get some more depth at striker. I don't know why I accepted that. I want to keep the tactic that we already had. Let's go back to that. Route 1. I believe in this tactic. We're going to make it work. That is not the formation I want to do with it, though. There we go. So I forgot we don't have a third striker at the moment, so we're actually going to go with our secondary tactic, which is with 2 strikers and some wing backs. We're going to see if we can have any luck with this while we're missing Mullen. We're favorites, yeah, but we saw how that worked out last time. Yeovil lost their first match. This is one we should definitely be winning. Let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, boys. So far, they're getting the expected goals. We are not. About even on possession. Oh, they've already got a corner. Not liking this so far. There you go, Item. Nice job. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving down the field. Oh, what are we waiting on here, guys? There we go. He's waiting for the guys to get down there. Oh, Bingham! He's out in front of everybody. Oh, the keeper got there first, though. It's all right. We got a corner out of it. I'm liking Bingham's play so far. He's getting down the field. He's doing what we need him to do. Here we go, boys. All right. Let's get it back in there. Oh, you just got your... Oh, my gosh. He just got manhandled. Bingham again. My man. Nice drop. Another drop back to DeBayo. Jordan Davies. All right, there it is. There's what we wanted. Bingham! Oh! Little high. Doing a good job on possession and passes completed. Given our tactic, the fact that we're completing a decent amount of passes, I like that. But these are games we need to be winning. Of course, we're without Paul Mullen, so that does not do us any favors. Not a lot happening in the first half. Pretty quiet first half for both teams. All right, into the dressing room. Keep going. We can win this. Let's go. We're going to get a little more aggressive. Let's go to a positive wing-back fluid counterattack. Oh, boy. Another dangerous position. I don't like where my keeper is on this one. Oh, yeah, and he almost paid for it. Going to clear it out of there for a throw to Yeovil. Oh, how did you let Fisher get behind you like that? The whole defense just stood there and watched him get behind them. That was terrible, terrible defense. Watch this. He just right around him, and nobody is covering him. 5 guys behind the striker. Ugh. That was replay, tight offside. Woo! They called that. Oh, no, they did not call that offside. Yeah, I didn't think he was offside. He was behind the defense when he kicked that. All right, boys, we got to get one back. Come on. Davies, nice pass. Send him. Oh, Asu, nice way to get around the defense. That better be a yellow card. At least. Yeah, it's a yellow. Not surprised by that. Oh, it's a red card. That was his second yellow. All right, let's get aggressive. Very attacking. We got 14 minutes to do something with this. There it is. Bingham with his second goal of the season. Beautifully done, sir. Now let's go get a second one. Man, 2 games, 2 red cards, but this time it wasn't ours. That was a nice header. He got up and over 2 defenders and put it in. That was a beautiful, beautiful goal. Now we need another one. We don't have a lot of depth, so there's not a lot we can do as far as substitutes. We're just going to run out of time. We needed that red card to happen much sooner. All right. So 2 games, 2 draws to start the season. We're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Do you enjoy this kind of thing? I know it's a big departure from what I normally do, but I'm excited to share it with you. Please hit that like button. Leave a comment. If you are a pro at this game and you've got some helpful hints, tips, feedback to help me get better at it, I'm all ears. Leave it in the comment section below, and we'll see you soon with another episode. Thanks for watching.